What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Aurzyn, and today I'm bringing you guys my playmaking 3-level scorer build. Now, this build was requested a lot. Everyone was always like, "What's that build? I need that build." Like all the people that I play with, they're like, "What's that build, bro? I need that build." So today I'm going to be bringing you guys my playmaking 3-level score build. I'm just going to be showing you guys how to make this. It's going to be a quick video. I'm going to show you guys how to make this build. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys my badges that I did run. Obviously, you guys can see I have a lot of badges now because I am a legend. But I'm going to show you guys the badges I did run before I did hit legend. And yeah, before we get into the video, make sure to drop a like, sub if you are new around here. Make sure you guys hit that sub button. It really helps me out a lot. And let's get into things, man. Alright, y'all, so now I'm going to be getting into the actual build and how to make it. So right here you see it's a power forward position. It's going to be a 6'8 build, so you can run at the center if you want. But it's going to be at the power forward position just because it gets the most badges. Handedness, I like my players right-handed, doesn't really matter, and just number doesn't matter. Now this is very important. The body settings is very, very important for this build. Like I said, it is going to be a 6'8 build. Your weight doesn't really have like a massive effect on, like, you can see like the stats it affects interior defense, which is like one of the only negative stats it really affects. Interior defense and strength, which in my opinion are two of the more useless stats in this game. So I would say 215. You can see if I go all the way down, I don't really gain anything. So if I go back up to 215, you can see I still keep everything. So 215 would be the way I would go. And for wingspan, I would go up 2 ticks. This is the build right here. You can see I get pluses to block, offensive rebound. Basically all my defense gets pluses. My 3-ball takes a little bit of a hit, but when you max this build out at 99, you still have an 87 3-ball, which is still plenty. And yeah, you can see all the dunking goes up and all that, and then body shape doesn't matter, but I like going defined. I don't really like being too big or too small, so I like going defined. Alright, so the first stat we're going to want to upgrade is driving, dunk, and driving layup. We're just going to match those along with standing dunk, and you're going to take standing dunk off, and so you hit 19 badges. You're going to have 19 finishing badges on this build. Next, we're going to upgrade our 3-ball and mid-range, free throw, until we get 12 shooting badges. Now, you guys may think, oh, 12 shooting badges isn't that much, but I promise you, in this game, you don't really need that many shooting badges to go 100% from the field and shoot like greens every single time. Now, the badges like most important really badges are blinders, catch and shoot, corner specialist, deep threes, hot shot, and hot zone hunter. So you could just put like a mix of those badges on. Those are really all you need, in my opinion. Hot zone hunter, hot shot, and deep threes is really all you need, and then you can just do you could put the whatever extra badges you on those other badges I mentioned. But yeah, those are really the shooting badges you need. You don't really need much more than that. And now for the ball handle, you're gonna max ball handle, max speed with ball, and max your pass accuracy. Now you're gonna have 20. So you can see max pass accuracy and then take 1 off. I believe, yeah, 1 off. Then you get 27 playmaking badges. 27 playmaking badges is a lot. It's a lot of badges. Now you're gonna be able to do a lot with these 27 playmaking badges, and they're really gonna help in the long run. And I'm gonna show you guys when I do my badges why I really like having 27 playmaking badges. And now let's get on to defense. Defense rebound, offensive rebound, block. And before we do perimeter defense and steal, I'm going to show you guys the physicals. You guys probably are thinking this build has no physicals. No, we're going to actually put the physicals on. So you can see the vertical is 70. That's to get all of our dunks. Acceleration, speed up, obviously. And basically what we're going to do here is I put down a little bit of stamina, because if you still have 95 stamina, that's fine. And then strength, you're going to go up until you get gold brick wall. That's what you're going to want. You're going to go up to get gold brick wall. You see there, now you have brick wall. And you're going to put the rest on steal and the rest on perimeter defense right here. So you can see you have 28 finishing badges, or 28 defensive badges. Now this build is extremely all around, as you guys can see. It has all the physicals you need, and you can see the badge count is 19, 12, 27, and 28. Now there is other ways to make builds that are at the 6'8 height that will give you more badges. but badges are really just not the most important thing when it comes to this game. I would say badges are important, but what's really important is having the stats to back it up. So if you make your wingspan a little bit longer, your 3 ball is going to go down even more, and I don't really like that. So I like having that 83 3 ball and 87 at 99. Be plenty to shoot. You can shoot with this build, dribble. This build can really just do everything. Guard the 1 through the 5. It can just do everything. So let's go ahead and move on to the next screen, which I believe is the takeovers. Yes, it is. Now, there's rebound. You get 4 different takeover options: slashing, shooting, playmaking, and rebounding. Now, the rebounding takeovers have never really been good, and I don't really like the rebounding takers in any 2K, but especially this year because they're split up. They're just really bad. So I would never put rebounding takeover on a center build ever. Along with slashing takeover, slashing is just so overpowered as a mechanic in this game already that you don't need a takeover to boost it anymore. The only reason I would ever put slashing takeover on is because when you're using a badge like Hall of Fame Heat Seeker, it really helps get your takeover quicker. So if you put let's say you have sharp takeover as your primary and then slashing takeover as your secondary, it's gonna help you get your sharp takeover quicker by dunking because you're part slashing takeover, if that makes sense. But otherwise, I really wouldn't use it, and even so, I really wouldn't use it. So it's just not a good takeover. The main takeover I would use, the number 1 takeover I would use, is spot up precision. Now, there's a couple things you could do with your secondary takeover. You could go team ratings boost, team badge boost, or limitless range. These are 3 takeovers I would recommend. Most of the time, if I'm running, I would say 3s, or maybe if I'm playing rec or running 5s, I would run team ratings boost or team badge boost. I would run a playmaking at the second. That way, if I ever get double takeover, it's really effective on every single one of my teammates, as opposed to 2s. It would really only be one teammate that I would be helping out. So I just don't think it's that worth it. So on 2s, I would lean towards limitless range. You get double takeover. You can really just spot up from anywhere. Literally, you could just stand the deepest corner of the 3, and you could just green it every time. Really, with this double takeovers setup. But if you do want to be more of a team player, let's say you're not the most shooting oriented, you could definitely put team ratings boost or team badge boost on this build. They will help your team out a lot, and they really shouldn't be missing with either of these takeovers. And yeah, but I'm going to put limitless range just because that's what I would do if I was playing 2s. Build complete. And as you guys can see, this build comes out to be a 3-level scorer with shades of Chris Webber, Michael Porter Jr., and Zion Williamson. But obviously, those shades don't really matter. It's more about the build in general. And now if we go and test this build, you can see I'm just going to put the overall up real quick. We're going to test the build. I'm going to show you guys what badges I would use. So obviously I'm a legend. I have more badges than this, but these are the badges I would have used before I hit legend. I'm going to put on Hall of Fame Fearless Finisher, Hall of Fame Posterizer, Hall of Fame Heat Seeker, Hall of Fame Slithery. And there's a couple different things you could do with this gold. I like Acrobat, because you ever do a reverse in this game? If it gives you a layup, if you don't have at least silver Acrobat, you can miss that layup sometimes. So I like running Acrobat. Also, you could run Lob City. If you're not running Lob City, really your lobs are gonna miss a lot. So if you do throw lobs a lot, definitely put on Lob City. You can do Rise Up to highlight film. So there's a lot of different badges you could use. But I just overall like Acrobat. So these are the badges I use with my 19 finishing badges on this build. Now, with the shooting badges, you can see there's only 12, bro. And I kind of went over this earlier, what shooting badges are really the best and what really what you really should have. So obviously you're gonna want Hot Zone Hunter. I'm a legend, so I'm pretty sure you can only do this. I can get Hall of Fame deep threes on this build just because I'm a legend, but most people cannot. So this is what I would do before I was legend. I believe I only had gold Hot Zone Hunter. Something like this: silver blinders, gold deep threes, gold hot zone hunter, and Hall of Fame hot shot. I would put in order of most important to least important. Definitely deep threes and hot zone hunter are the two most important badges. Right after that would be hot shot, and it used to be blinders was one of the most important badges in this game, but there was a nerf to it, I believe around mid-January. It just really nerfed the fuck out of it and just made it like kind of a bad badge. So it's not a bad badge by no means, it's just not as OP as it was. You still should have it, at least on silver in my opinion. So these are the badges I would use if you don't want to run blinders, if you don't really take crabs a lot. You could try Deadeye, as well as you could just put on like catch and shoot and corner specialist, or stop and pop. I wouldn't recommend green machine, because if you guys have ever watched a 2K Lab video, 2K Lab has shown proof of green machine. So basically, if you green the first shot and miss the second shot, the rest of your shots are gonna have like a negative impact on it. So I just don't like running green machine for that reason, because if you ever miss a shot after you green one, your shots just like have like a negative impact for the rest of the game. So I don't really like running green machine. I don't really see it as helping that much anyway, so I would definitely prefer to run blinders. And yeah, that's what I would do for my shooting badges. Now on to my playmaking badges. I'm gonna be running Hall of Fame Unpluckable. Hall of Fame Unpluckable is necessary in this game. If you're going against a build with a high steal and they're running any sort of pickpocket or anything like that, and you're not running Unpluckable, you're gonna get plucked so many times, and it's just gonna be really annoying. So definitely just put Hall of Fame Unpluckable. It really decreases the chance of getting plucked, and that would be the first badge. Hall of Fame Handles for Days and Hall of Fame Quick First Step. These are the 3 most important playmaking badges in my opinion. The next one is gonna be Bronze Bailout. You don't need anything higher than Bronze Bailout. I see a lot of people put it higher. You don't, I promise you. If you're bailing out with Bronze Bailout, it may not be a direct pass every time, but it's never gonna like, you're never gonna miss the pass, especially with this build. You have like a 90 something pass accuracy. You're never going to miss a pass with Bailout on Bronze. But yeah, the next badge would be Gold. Obviously, I'm a legend, and in the builder, it seems that I can like put, I know before I was a legend, I couldn't put certain badges on Hall of Fame, but it seems now because I'm a legend, it lets me test it as if I'm a legend, and it lets me put the badges on Hall of Fame. But I know you for a fact you can't get Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker before you're a legend, so Gold Ankle Breaker will do. You're gonna run a Hall of Fame Bullet Passer, and then there's a couple different things you could do. You could either do something like this, or if you're more of a team player, I like being more of a team player, I would go something like this. And right here you guys can see Gold 4 General Hall of Fame Dimer. You can see all these badges, but they really help out the team a lot. Your teammates really just are never going to be missing if you're running Gold 4 General Hall of Fame Dimer. Just really helps them out a lot. Obviously you can't put Space Creator and Tight Handles on. Those are going to help you ISO more, but really this is more of like a secondary ball handler build. So if you're playing 2s, obviously if you're playing with a 6'7", they're going to be the main scorer, and you're kind of just going to be there to like complement them. So if you're running 4 General and Dimer, that really would help them out, obviously. And now let's get on to the defensive badges. Now for the defensive badges, you're going to run Hall of Fame Intimidator, Hall of Fame Interceptor, Gold Clamps, Hall of Fame Chase Down Artist, Gold Brick Wall, Bronze Box, Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser, Hall of Fame Rim Protector, and I believe I ran Bronze Pickpocket. Now these are the badges I ran before Legend. Obviously they changed once I hit Legend. I mostly just upgraded the ones I already had, and I think I put on like Pogo Stick or something. Pogo Stick's not the most important badge, so I wouldn't worry about that. But these are going to be super important badges for defense. Obviously I can get Hall of Fame Brick Wall, but not, this build only gets Gold Brick Wall, which is still plenty, especially because this game is so like non-screens based. Most of the time you're probably going to be running double ISO on 2s with this build. So really Hall of Fame Brick Wall is not the most important. Bronze Box is a super underrated badge. You're definitely going to want to put at least Bronze Box, maybe even Silver. And yeah, the other Hall of Fame badges are pretty necessary, and you can't get Hall of Fame Clamps. Even though it says I can get Hall of Fame Clamps, you can't get it before you're a legend. So Gold Clamps is perfectly fine. Promise you guys, I used this build before I was a legend. I dominated with it. So yeah, these are the defensive badges I would use, and that's about it. Alright y'all, so that is going to be about it for the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. But yeah, if you guys do want to see some more uploads from me, make sure to comment down below what you guys want to see, as well as drop a like and sub up if you haven't already. And I hope you guys enjoy this build. Make sure you guys make it, use it. And without missing any more of you guys' time, I'm out, man. Peace.